I'm so sick of you black Democrat shields, always voting for the Democrats all the time, no matter what, straight down party lines. It's time for us to move over to the Republican Party. Why should we move over to the Republican Party? What does the Republican Party have that we want? The Democrats, all they do is they care about gay stuff. They're trying to make everybody gay. All this transgender stuff, all these gay things that the Democrats are doing. That's the only policy I care about, is gay stuff. Plus, Donald Trump said he will give us $500 billion. And you black people didn't want it. You turned down $500 billion. There's gay people in the Republican Party, right? The most prominent transgender person is a Republican. Remember, what's that girl name? You know, the Kardashians? Remember her dad? He's a transgender. He's a Republican. That's besides the point. You Democrat plantation shield. Donald Trump was going to give us $500 billion in opportunity zones, and you guys didn't want it. Donald Trump was the president for 4 years. He never gave it to us. He didn't do it when he had the House, the Senate, and the White House. He didn't do it because the Democrats stopped him somehow, and he's going to do it on his next term, you know, once he get in, and they messed him up, and they stole the election. That's what they did. Well, how do you know they stole the election? There's all kinds of evidence that they stole the election from Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is fighting against the system. And it's the system that's holding us back. And you black people on the Democratic plantation, you guys, you want to stay on the plantation. That's what's wrong with you. Okay, so let's go with your argument. He wants to give you $500 billion. Okay, is he campaigning to give it to you right now? I mean, he's running for the presidency right now. How come I haven't heard him say anything about it? The reason why he ain't say anything about it, because he don't want the deep state to try to mess it up. That's why he ain't talking about it. But trust me, Donald Trump's gonna give us that $500 billion. Also, you FBA, y'all guys want handouts. Democrats ain't never gonna give you reparations. All they doing is pandering to you right now. That's why they have their policies, and they're sitting there saying that we all owe reparations. They're just trying to get you to vote for them, and after you vote for them, you're never gonna get those reparations. Well, isn't that $500 billion like kind of like reparations? No, the $500 billion is not reparations. It's the Platinum Plan. And you guys, you black Democrats, you just want a handout, and that's the only thing you care about. You don't care about lifting yourself up from your bootstraps. Well, isn't that $500 billion a handout? Why can't you just lift yourself up from your own bootstraps, right? Same thing, right? Isn't that you begging for money? Aren't you begging for Donald Trump to give you some free money, right? Why do you want Donald Trump to give you free money? I mean, what's the purpose of getting that free money? Do you feel like you're owed something? Well, here's my situation that I have with you Republicans. You guys still haven't told me what policies the Republicans are proposing that will benefit black people. I mean, I hear you guys talking a lot of trash about the Democrats, but I've yet to hear one policy that the Republicans are proposing that will benefit black people. Opportunity zones, immigration, yeah. Fucking illegal aliens, criminal illegal aliens coming in this country, and we gotta stop this. We have to stop that because we're American, and we need to stop these criminal illegal aliens from coming in here, taking the opportunities away from us. That's why you need to vote Republican, the policy of illegal immigration. All right, well, you know, I agree that we do have illegal immigration issues, but I mean, immigrants been coming in here, you know, on both Democrat and Republican presidencies and Congress and House, and I mean, it's an issue that we have as Americans. It's not really a Democrat or Republican thing. It's all the Democrats, because the Democrats need the Latinos to come in to vote for them because they're replacing the black people. That's why we need to vote Republican, Donald Trump specifically. But have you ever thought that the immigration, the reason why immigrants are coming into the country is because of the policies of the United States and the things that we do to their countries that cause them to have to come to this country? You do know that the American foreign policy is the thing that destabilizes these countries in order to make it so these guys can't do what they want to do, they can't thrive in their own countries. That's why they come to America. You do know that, right? None of that matters. None of that matters. illegal immigration is taking away our jobs. They want to take our jobs. Do you want to, what kind of jobs is that? I mean, most of the jobs that they come over here and do, they're not exactly, it's not like jobs that you want to do. I mean, it was evident in Florida when all the Latino community left because they were made to be illegal and they couldn't work in the state. Not many black or white people went to take over those jobs that the Latinos were doing, and because of that, a lot of projects got held up. So don't you think it's necessary that we have these people come and work? I mean, they are paying taxes, right? I mean, I don't really see what the problem is. I mean, to be honest, Latinos are really the Native Americans. This is really their land. So I really, even though it may, affect me somewhat if they move to my neighborhood, I really don't feel like I have much to say when it comes to Native Americans coming back to their homeland after being disenfranchised. I mean, California, New Mexico, and Texas, that was Mexico. America literally stole it, right? America, it doesn't matter, it's America now. We need to build a wall, build a giant wall. We need a big wall. We need to build that wall on the border. Most illegal immigration happens with people flying into the country and then overstaying their visas. So how is a giant wall gonna stop that? Also, they can dig underneath the wall. They can go over top of the wall, right? There's so many different ways to get in the country. A wall would be a really great, big waste of time. Plus, it's impossible to build a wall on the southern border all the way from end to end because of the geographical location in the landscape. I mean, it's impossible. It costs a lot of money and it will be ineffective. I mean, the Great Wall of China didn't even work. So what makes you think the Great Wall of the Southern America is going to work? We need a wall. We got to stop illegal immigration. That is the major policy. That's major issues that us black people have in this country, is that we need to stop the illegal Mexicans coming over from the southern border. All right, what about healthcare? I mean, is that important? Because right now all we're doing is talking about gay stuff and borders. Those have never historically been issues with African Americans. We want things like healthcare. We want things like better jobs. We want things like the ability to unionize and various other things like that. I mean, there are more important issues than just gay things in the border. There's nothing more important than the border and gay things. That's the only thing I care about. I'm a policies-driven revolter. I'm voting Republicans, and Republicans care about black people. I mean, what Republican are we talking about here? I mean, what Republican is proposing policies that we can get behind? I'm in for it. If you can name me one Republican that's actually proposing policies that will benefit black people, I'm all for it. I do agree that we shouldn't have to stick to one party or not, but we also got to be smart enough and say which party is doing things that's going to benefit us policy-wise. So what policies do you like? Can you name me a policy or a politician that you support on the Republican Party? Okay, well, can you name me a Republican state that's being ran by the Republicans that's actually operating economically better than the Democratic state? Can you name me some legislation that the Republicans have passed or promoted that would benefit African Americans in this country as of late? We used to be Republicans before we was Democrats. Did you forget that there was a thing called the Southern Strategy? That's when the Republicans decided they were going to go for the white vote. So they went for the white vote, Southern white vote, and that disenfranchised the black vote. It was a calculated political move. And because of that, and because the Democrats gave us a few policies that we want, we started to support them. The same thing that you guys say now. Don't be loyal to a party. Support the party that's promoting policies that'll benefit you, right? So that's what we did. We switched from the Republicans, who once had policies that benefit us. Then we switched to the Democrats that had policies that benefit us. Now, you guys are asking us to switch to Republicans Party, but you haven't yet told us a policy that benefit us. Trump 2024. All right, cool. Understand that. Trump 2024. It's those black women in America, those black women who keep voting for Democrats, who are the enemies. Us black men need to vote and fight against these black women that's always disenfranchising us. Well, you do know black women have always been an integral part of the black community, and they always fought for, the things that benefited us the most. That's what they do, right? Have you ever paid attention to some of the policies that they propose? Black women in America, they like LGBT and gay stuff. And they're stuck on the plantation, and they are enemies. We need to fight against those black women. Black women are not able to be leaders, and it's us black men, we need to take over, because those black women don't know what to do and they don't know what they're talking about. But you do know black women have historically in history been on the forefront of fighting for black issues and black causes. So I think it's disingenuous for you to hate on half of your population of black people simply because they're fighting for the things that they believe in. I mean, can you name a black politician that's actively fighting against you know, African Americans right now? Can you name one? Yeah. The judges that's prosecuting Donald J. Trump, the one in Chicago, that black one, Lightfoot, Chicago, all black women, all of them, every one of them. They're all gonna vote for Biden. They love Joe Biden. They love him. Hey, honestly, I haven't heard any black people say they love Joe Biden. Honestly, not one. They probably voting for him because that's their party, but I haven't really heard anybody say they actually like Joe Biden. Actually, Joe Biden's very unpopular, but it's just that he seems to be better than the alternative of Donald Trump. Seeing how Donald Trump is destabilizing. Donald Trump wants to be an authoritarian figure. He wants to be a dictator. He literally said it out of his mouth. He's also a criminal, and he'll probably end up going to jail. You don't think that you Republican black people can find any better candidates in the Republican Party at all? You don't think there's, you know, at least a better choice in the Republican Party to lead America? I mean, is Donald Trump the only person that you guys like? Because are you guys truly Republicans, or are you just MAGA fans? Nikki Haley is trash. And if I'll never vote for Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley, I don't like Nikki Haley. Donald Trump's the only Republican I'll vote for. I don't care about the rest of them. They ain't nothing. They're all part of the establishment, deep state. All right. I got a question for you. Do you think that the 2020 elections was stolen? Obviously, the 2020 election was stolen. You saw it on TV. You saw it. There's all sorts of evidence. You're talking about ballot box stuffing and all types of stuff. What are you talking about? Of course it was stolen. Donald Trump is really the president. It's the deep state stole it from him. Well, actually, they went to court like 60 times, right? And all 60 times, the judges denied that the election was stolen. Actually, it was considered one of the most fairest and smoothest running elections in American history. I mean, even the judges, some of the judges that Donald Trump appointed himself are the ones that presided on the 60 court cases, and 60 of them said there was absolutely no fraud. It was a smooth election. Clearly, they don't appreciate Donald Trump and him putting them in the position that they are in. Clearly, it was the Democrat deep state. They must have did something and bribed those Republican rhinos, and that's why they just disregarded all the information that we had. Well, you do know that the companies that operate the voting machines actually sued Fox News for lying, and then all the Fox News actors that call themselves journalists admitted that they've been lying the whole time about the elections, and that they very well knew that there was no fraudulent activity in the elections. It's literally Fox News got sued for billions of dollars, and they're also getting sued by another company. I mean, how much evidence do you need? I mean, these are Republicans saying that the Republicans lost. Everybody knew it. His whole cabinet knew it. His Secretary of State knew it. I mean, everybody's coming out saying that they told Donald Trump that he lost the election. So why is it that you still believe it when everybody has already came out and said that it was smooth sailing, that nothing happened? Why do you still believe that? Because I only believe Donald Trump because he's not part of the swamp. He's a businessman. Donald Trump's a businessman. And that's what they don't like about it. They don't like that he's a businessman and that he was going to destroy the deep state. He was going to drain the swamp. That's what he was going to do. All those rhinos and those Democrats, those liberal Democrats, they got something against Donald Trump because they knew he was going to change the world. Donald Trump was going to change the world. Okay. All right, so let me ask you a question. Donald Trump, Donald Trump has got convicted of sexual misconduct. Do you think that's an issue? That's not an issue that wouldn't stop you from voting him? Donald Trump didn't do anything wrong. Clearly the court was against him. The goddamn judge is against him. They hate him. This is election interference. How is this election interference? This is the judicial system. Everything Donald Trump is going to court for is because of because of things that he's done. I thought you guys were all about holding people accountable. You know, holding your people accountable. So Donald Trump is being held accountable by the judicial system, right? So he'll have his day in court and he'll have the opportunity to prove that, you know, he didn't do the things that he did, right? Don't you think that's the way America is supposed to work? accountability, right? Absolutely not. Clearly, this is election interference. They just don't want him to be the president anymore. That's why they got 90-something trumped up charges, and they're gonna try to screw him over. Because it's the deep state and the nasty swamp and all the rhinos. All right, cool. All right. Well, what about what's the Hunter? What about Hunter Biden, huh? What about Hunter Biden? Hunter Biden is being prosecuted by the very same justice system that's prosecuting Donald Trump. What do you think about that? It's not the same justice system. And first of all, we need to see the laptop. All the evidence is on the laptop, huh? Freaking Hunter Biden, crackhead Hunter Biden should be put in jail because he got money from Ukraine, right? Because of his daddy, using his daddy's money to get money from Ukraine. We all know he's corrupt. The whole Biden crime family. Well, what about Donald Trump and his son and his wife getting $2 billion from the Saudi government after Donald Trump left office? I mean, that pretty much the same thing. So like I said, the very same justice system that's prosecuting Hunter Biden, and I hope if Hunter Biden is guilty, I hope he goes to jail. Just like if Donald Trump is guilty, I hope he go to jail, right? Can't we agree on that? Absolutely not. If Hunter Biden gets prosecuted, he should go to jail. If Donald Trump gets prosecuted, somebody better excuse him or somebody better exempt him or something. All I know is Donald Trump didn't do anything wrong. Donald Trump is an amazing man. He's a businessman. He's a businessman. Well, Donald Trump has failed at every one of his businesses. He done went bankrupt at all his businesses. He's corrupted all of his businesses. I mean, he's a big, giant failure. The only thing he's ever succeeded is tricking American people to think he's intelligent, and he won the presidency. That's like the most amazing thing he's ever done. But then he lost, so he kind of sucks. Like George Bush, you know? When you only do one term, you're kind of somewhat of a failure. Donald Trump is still the president of the United States. He's my president. They stole it, deep state. All right, I got a question. Do you think it was an insurrection on January 6th? Do you think that was an insurrection, or do you think it was a peaceful protest? Obviously, it was a peaceful protest. You know, it was the FBI and the CIA, the DEA, the MI6, and MI5. They were all there in the crowd. Clearly, it was Burisma contracted officers, and it was Antifa. It was all Antifa. It was a setup. Clearly, it was a setup. Those Capitol Police, they let them in. It was a peaceful protest. You're allowed to go to the Capitol. It's an open building. Did you not see the hundreds and hundreds of hours of film of watching right-wingers attack the police? You didn't see none of that? You didn't see any of that? I ain't seen none of that stuff. What are you talking about? They were just walking around, you know, taking pictures. It was a very peaceful protest. Well, what news networks did you watch? I mean, how did you get your information? Fox News, fair and balanced, bitch. Okay, Fox News, fair and balanced. I got you. But you do know that was an insurrection, right? That definitely was an insurrection. I mean, they brought weapons. They made plans. People are going to jail for it. There's hundreds of hours of evidence. I mean, what more do you need? All that evidence was fabricated as AI-generated bull crap. Well, if that's the case, then I guess Hunter Biden's laptop wouldn't be much of evidence for anything, right? I mean, if all the other evidence doesn't solidify that it was an insurrection and that the election was fair and balanced, then I guess the same people who are saying that the daggone laptop has no meaning, I guess. You know, I guess we should put that in the same category, right? Absolutely not. We need to get that goddamn laptop. It's the laptop. The laptop has all the proof on it. We need the laptop. The laptop is solid evidence. Once we get that laptop, all information will be revealed one day. Q. All right, cool. Clearly, I see this conversation not going anywhere. You're convinced that Donald Trump is going to do something for African Americans. Oh, let me ask you a question. Is Donald Trump, is he proposing anything right now for African Americans? I mean, he's on the campaign trail, right? You would think, you know, he would need all the help and support he can get. So when the last time you heard him say anything about African Americans? When the last time you hear him brought up this platinum plan, right? What about this platinum plan? $500 billion. You know, what about that? Do you think that he's going to implement that? You think he's going to talk about that? You think he's going to come to maybe a black neighborhood or throw a rally in a black city or something so that you can go, you know, show your support for him? Oh, okay. Okay, well, I guess, well, good luck with that. Well, It was nice talking to you. Okay, I understand your political views now. You know, I hope you understand my political views. After fucking lutely not, you goddamn Democrat shield. All right, cool. All right, I think that's all I got to say. Peace.